right, guys. My name is Angie Rogers, and I am here with the Leadership Council of the Unit of Prosperity. And tonight we're going to talk about what is Techui, so that you guys have a full understanding of what we're dealing with here with this product. So just in case some of you guys don't know who I am, my name, you guys are going to get tired of seeing this picture. It's on every training that I do. My name is Cindy Rogers. I do have 3 boys, ages 12, 8, and 5. I'm a wife. I also work as a full-time as a nurse manager. I've been a nurse since 2005. But in the healthcare field since '98. I volunteer at our church. I'm on the athletic board. So, of course, I own my own business as well for health and wellness naturally. So it makes sense. Let's see. So I just want to tell you real quick why I'm so passionate about learning about these products as well as teaching about these products and sharing. Because, being a nurse, you want to help people and you want to make sure that people have the opportunity to use products that can not only heal them or help them with their chronic symptoms and such, but you want to see people prevent from getting sick. You want to help prevent them from getting sick. And a lot of the products we have here at TLC help people prevent illnesses, reduce symptoms, and then overall maintain their wellness. So obviously with Unit of Prosperity, we want people to be prosperous in all areas of their lives. And so the health and wellness industry makes sense for us to share with people so that not only can people prosper in their bodies, but also their minds, their spirits, their finances, and as you guys know, with Unit of Prosperity, we help you connect with all of those things. So, again, just reminding you that the products that we have some powerful products that have gotten people a lot of results, and always, you just need to know that you're in the right place at the right time when we talk about these products and being able to share these. So I want to give you a disclaimer. We don't make any medical claims about our products. We simply share what is experienced by people who take the product and use the ingredients of the product. And of course, as you look through all of the ingredients, there are benefits associated with each of the ingredients. So we talk about what those benefits are. But we are not saying that you will experience that or have any healings. We are just simply sharing what people share with us, okay? As with any new program, new regimen, any medications that you are taking, any regimens that you are already doing as far as exercise, or other health-related activities, you always should check with your healthcare provider because you want to make sure that you do what is right for you and your body, okay? All right, so we're going to talk about TLC's Techui, and what it is 100% pure spirulina powder, and we're going to talk about what that is and where that comes from. You're looking at a picture of where that comes from, which is in the water, as you can see. So history of use. Let me minimize this other thing so I can read all of this as I'm talking to you guys. There we go. All right, so the history of this is it's been used as a food source all the way back to the 9th century, and it's been used by lots of different people in lots of different countries, but by the Aztecs, it's been recorded in Mexico. It did not come into commercial production until the 70s when a French company began to actually produce this in a plant. And obviously America and Japan hopped on board and started to use their own. And as I'm going through this, guys know that I've done some research, so I'll have research and references at the end, as well as kind of dispersed throughout the presentation. But, I want to be fair to say that obviously I've done some research, and these are not all my findings. So you just need to be aware that, I use these references. What spirulina is it's a type of algae. It's packed with nutrients, and it's used around the country and around the world to help treat illnesses that are, causing people a lot of problems right now. It is, unlike most plants, and it's an actual plant protein. It is cultured and nurtured. It can be developed, or it can be processed, developed, or it can be taken naturally from the environment. It can withstand extreme temperatures, and it still thrives even when the environment around it is having lots of issues. Okay. It's been used successfully to treat lots of things, as I've said, and we'll kind of go through those. And then there's also a research study that has that shows that it's been able to help people reverse effects from being poisoned by arsenic contaminated water. In Bangladesh, there was some cases of being poisoned by arsenic because it was in their water source, and they used spirulina to help reduce some of those symptoms or reverse some of those symptoms. And that's what I was just talking about. The Bangladesh water supply is loaded with arsenic, and so they started to conduct some research, and after a 3-month research study, they found that 82% of the people taking the spirulina showed improvement from being poisoned with arsenic. So that's one recent study. So what is it? I said it's made of the spirulina powder, and it's called a superfood. It's a natural algae powder. It's been said to be one of the most potent natural nutrients available, and it's highly ready for use. You know, some of the things that we take in, it's not available for use by our bodies. It just kind of gets flushed right through. This is something that actually can be immediately used and absorbed by our body, and it's got a high concentration of protein and iron, so it's very effective during pregnancy. And that little star there means consult your doctor. As we said, you know, every pregnancy is not the same pregnancy for all women, so I just want to point that out. But in general, NutriBurst and Techui have been said to be safe to use during pregnancy. Again, I'm a nurse, and I don't want to tell people what to do with their bodies, and I certainly know that each pregnancy is different for everyone depending upon their own health issues and other supplements they're taking and such. But Techui's also been highly effective after surgeries, after severe injuries, and highly effective for allergies. And there's actually research out there that supports the use of Techui for allergies. So it's the #1 food source of chlorophyll, iron. There's 4 times more iron than in raw beef liver. Beef liver is highly, it's got lots of iron in it, and this is actually more than that. Protein, 60% per serving, and it's the most protein-rich food on the planet, and it's a plant-based protein, not a meat-based protein. So as I'll mention later on, it's great for vegetarians. It's got 26 times more calcium than milk, and it's packed with amino acids and 96 trace elements. So let's talk a little bit about what's inside it. So iron. The absorption of iron helps to decrease anemia, which is a low blood count. And if you have low blood count, which is low amount of red blood cells that carry your oxygen, then you have a low energy, okay? Like for me, when I was in the ICU, because I had my artery that was nicked during a routine procedure, and so I lost a lot of blood, so I became anemic, and they had to replace blood. But I have been taking the Techui to help get the iron into my system, so that my red blood cells that I do have right now are able to carry the oxygen throughout my body. Okay. It also has potassium, calcium, magnesium, selenium, and phosphorus, which are all minerals that we need for our functioning of our bodies. Like I said, full of vitamins and minerals that are already ready for use in the body, and these are I've listed some there. It contains amino acids, which also includes the GLA. It actually is getting a lot of attention right now for anti-inflammatory properties, which is why it's also helpful in allergy, reducing those symptoms for allergies, okay? Because a lot of allergies are related to inflammatory processes, which are swelling and fluid collecting in certain areas. If you think of sinus issues and such, that is related to swelling and fluid and mucus collecting in one area, so it helps reduce some of those symptoms. Protein there's more protein in one capsule of our Techui than in 1 pound of meat. So it helps in protein, if you didn't know this, helps with muscle building and recovery after your muscles have been used in a strenuous activity like working out, running, playing basketball, whatever you're doing. Okay, and using your muscle and having your muscles available for use is also something that helps you increase your fat burning during the time that you're using your muscles. It also removes toxins, so it is another product that helps detoxify our system, which means our blood is running through our system as it should, and it also helps to remove metals from the body, okay? And in each capsule, there's 278 milligrams of protein. So here's some lists of health benefits, and we'll go into these a little bit more. I've said some of them already. Easily digestible, we call it the superfood. It's got some antifungal, anti-aging, cancer-fighting mechanisms, and antibacterial. So here's some health benefits. Allergies and hay fever. As I said, the anti-inflammatory properties of the amino acids help to reduce the symptoms of allergies. So they say if you take the Techui or spirulina every single day, then you're going to have optimal results. So you could take this all year round and have a season of allergies that are less likely, or a season during allergy season that's going to be less likely to cause all of the problems that you tend to have during those seasons. Candida is a yeast, and an overgrowth of this is what causes people to get sick. So what this does is it helps to support the growth of healthy bacteria, and bacterial flora is just something that naturally is in areas that, like your stomach, like your genital areas and such. It helps to encourage the growth of healthy flora so that when the bad bacteria starts to overgrow or try to overgrow, there's enough good bacteria to help defeat the bad bacteria, if that makes sense, okay? So some of these issues related to the gut or the stomach, Crohn's disease, and then chronic fatigue is obviously not necessarily related to the gut, but lupus, fibromyalgia, those are immune system issues and gut issues. The protein and amino acids in Techui help, help you have the right bacteria in your gut and throughout your bloodstream to help fight when the bad bacteria or the invader cells from other viruses and such come into your body. Okay, so the increase in the protein consumption makes the proteins more available in your body for use to fight off diseases. For HIV and AIDS, it's been used because there's some studies have shown that it helps to inactivate the HIV cells associated with the HIV and AIDS. It helps with blood pressure and cholesterol. And here's a couple of studies that have been done. The Department of Biochemistry in Mexico said that using spirulina was shown to regulate blood pressure among both women and men between 18 and 65 years with no other dietary changes. And that's because the Techui kind of goes in and it kind of scrapes the blood cells, the blood vessels. Okay, so it helps for a cleaner blood flow, which, if you've got a lot of junk in your vessels, then sometimes your blood flow is not able to get through, which causes the higher blood pressure because it's squeezing itself through your blood vessels. So it helps to clean all of that out in essence, and you have a better blood pressure. Okay, cholesterol, same thing. It helps to clean out all of the junk. In this study on elderly male and female, 60 to 87 years old, it was shown that after 16 weeks of taking the spirulina, the cholesterol was lowered in comparison to those who were given a placebo. And a placebo is basically just a pill that you think is going to do something. So, and it doesn't really have the same anything in it. So it's kind of like a blank, if you think of it that way. So in a comparison with the study, someone who is taking spirulina and someone who's taking kind of a blank pill, like a water pill almost, and I'm not talking about like a diabetes pill, I'm talking about just a pill with water in it, for example, it was shown to have a better effect on cholesterol, okay? So that's some promising information there. So it could also lower the risk of stroke, again, because it helps to clean out the junk in the vessels. And a stroke is when you can't get enough blood flow to areas of your brain. And when you can't get enough blood flow to areas of your brain, then your brain starts to die off or become what they call ischemic. which means not enough oxygen to that area. And so it also can cause clots if you have junk in there. And so what this does is it helps to clean out the vessels. It helps to provide a protective effect on the brain and nervous system, which includes all of the vessels running to it. And in this particular studies, it was able to in rats it was used, and it was shown that it helped to prevent strokes based on the protective effect on the brain and the nervous system. Okay, so again, just another, there's lots of research and studies going on, especially in our country and other countries, showing that this has some promising effects for different things that we experience in our bodies. Cancer. So in China, they've shown that spirulina has inhibited the growth of cancer cells. Specifically, the study that I saw was in breast tissue, but and this is just a picture of a normal cell versus a cancerous cell. So what it does is it goes to help to fight the overgrowth of all of these cancer cells. The cancer is an abnormal growth of cells, and it helps to ensure that the normal cells are able to fight off any abnormal growth or abnormal, the cells tend to morph into bad cells, basically. So it helps to inhibit that from happening, or inhibit the growth of that. So other benefits, other things that have been said to be benefited from using Techui or spirulina, which is what Techui is, diabetes, ADHD, which is the attention deficit hyperactive disorder, stress, fatigue, anxiety, depression, anemia, as I talked about, the premenstrual symptoms, circulation issues, varicose veins, vision, and it helps with wound healing, again, because of all the protein and amino acids and the nutrients that are inside of these capsules with the Techui. And then because of the protein and the amino acids, it can be used for, weight gain, muscle restoring, and building. If you use Techui with chaga and guano, it's like the triple threat, okay? You will get the optimal health benefits, because if you have seen the trainings on the chaga and the guano, you'll know that if you take Techui, guano, and chaga, you will have it's kind of like the 1, 2, 3 punch out, knockout, TKO, whatever you want to say. It is going to affect every area of your body in a great way. Okay, it's going to, you can think of any area of your body, and these three together will affect that positively. So we talked about it being beneficial for vegetarians, because sometimes vegetarians have a hard time getting protein because they don't eat meat. So you're eating plant-based proteins such as nuts, beans, lentils, soy products, soybeans, etc. And basically what we found is that spirulina is a higher concentration of protein in comparison to beef, obviously, and then it has a higher concentration of than soybeans. So it is an excellent source of protein and amino acids and minerals that can be easily used and ready to be used by your body. And you just need, this says 2 tablespoons, but we can take the capsules and be able to get the protein that you need. So if you are either running short on a meal, or you just feel like you need some more protein, or you need to add it in and you don't want to eat any more soy products or whatever, then you can use our Techui capsules, okay? And you also can substitute it for a meal, because it is so filling, and it is so packed with protein and amino acids and minerals and vitamins. The red meat has useful proteins for the body, but you just need to remember that red meat takes some time to break down, okay? In order to get the proteins and the health benefits from eating the protein from meat, you have to wait for your body to break it down. With spirulina and the capsules that it comes with in the Techui, it's already available for use. So immediately your body can start to use that, and certainly it's without, the need to eat the red meat if you don't like to do that. Okay, we've talked about that. So these are just some other foods that the spirulina can replace. Okay, so as I was mentioning, if you take Techui, it gives you a feeling of fullness, and that's because as the capsules break down, it expands in your stomach, and so if you actually take Techui before you eat a meal, like 30 minutes before you eat a meal, you will feel fuller, which indirectly, if you feel fuller and you're drinking more water, as you should when you take Techui in any of our products, you will feel fuller, which means you will eat less, okay? And certainly if you're using this as a meal replacement, then you will eat less, and it will indirectly help you with weight loss. Here's another interesting fact about spirulina, which again is the Techui. When I say spirulina, our Techui is spirulina, okay? But you can survive on Techui and water for 30 days because it is so packed with protein and amino acids and vitamins and minerals. Now, please do not go out and quote me and say, well, Angie said to go out and not eat for 30 days and only do Techui and water, okay? If you want to try to do that, that's fine. Now, what I will say is that when I go on a fast for church, that might make things a little bit easier. I don't know if you call that cheating or not, but you could take Techui and drink some water, and you can go on the complete fast that you need to go on, right? We'll have to get approval, I guess, from our pastors to see if that's okay. So it's also used by space astronauts, okay? So in the food, in the little vacuum packs that the astronauts use while they're in space, they have the spirulina in there because it is so packed with nutrients, okay? So here's some testimonies that talk about the Techui. The first one is a muscle building one. He's saying that his triceps and chest and shoulders are looking a little bigger, and he's been taking the Techui, and he's working on trimming down his body fat percentage. And Janet says that she uses a mix of Resolution, Techui, Gano, NutriBurst, and she is seeing benefits related to weight loss. Okay. Here's a couple more. Again, somebody combining Chaga, Gano, and Techui and NutriBurst and the tea. Again, great results so far from that. And then the 12-day case study that this young man did, he's showing us, showing off his muscles as he's going along. Okay. All right, so I just want to, again, reiterate who should take the spirulina, the Techui. Children who don't like or get enough vegetables or have an imbalanced food intake should be fine to take this. Now, again, when we're talking about children and teenagers, pregnancies, seniors, etc., I'm not going to say don't talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor, get your consult in, and make sure they feel like it's safe. But in general, children should be able to take Techui safely. Teenagers, obviously they have lots of puberty issues and rapid growing period. It's great for the nutrients and the protein as they grow and as they go through all of their changes. Pregnant moms who need extra nutrients, again, good for them. In general, like I said before, Techui and NutriBurst are typically healthy for pregnant moms, but make sure you consult your doctor. Seniors who have difficulty in having 3 meals a day, some seniors have problems eating that much and getting in their nutrients. So getting Techui would be a good alternative for some seniors that are having difficulty getting in what they need every day. Sport lovers or athletes we talked about in order to keep their energy levels up, in order to help with the weight gain and the muscle building. Modern busy people, and when I say weight gain, I'm talking about weight gain due to muscle increasing, okay? I'm not talking about weight gain like fat. Weight gaining fat, okay? Busy people who don't have enough time to eat good meals, obviously, you can use this to get your nutrients in and your protein. People who need high volumes of nutrients to assist in recovery, like after injuries or surgery. Like I said, I'm using that since my recent surgery. Vegetarians who require extra nutrient sources, as we talked about, and some things to be aware of, or just make sure that you bring these things up when you are looking at taking Techui. So with people with severe uncontrolled hyperthyroidism, you just need to consult your doctor. You may, especially if you're taking meds, it's probably safe for you. However, medications and such do interact with some of these things that we have in our products, so you need to make sure that you consult your doctor. People who have serious allergies to seafood or seaweed. Now, some have said, Rachel Smalls actually says that if you are allergic to fish, you can take Techui. I think that that is probably fine, but because of where we get our where spirulina comes from, which is in lakes, ponds, streams, etc., you just need to be aware that you know, severe allergies to seafood or seaweed could cause some sort of reaction. And again, it's something to talk to your doctor about. Okay. People experiencing high fever, that's because sometimes when you're taking a lot of protein, in order to process all of that, your body temperature raises a little bit. And so if you already have a high fever due to something else, then you may want to be careful about or be cautious about spirulina. Now, notice the heading says shouldn't take too much. It doesn't mean you can't take any. It just means you need to have a caution about it and, you know, pay attention to what you're doing. People with ketonuria, it's a rare genetic disorder that prevents the body from using or metabolizing the phenylalanine. It's an amino acid you just need to probably avoid, or again, consult your doctor, because if you have too much of this amino acid, if you have this disorder, the phenylketonuria, and I know I'm saying that wrong, then it can build up and cause damage, okay? So you just need to be aware, again, of what your body calls for, what things you are experiencing, and know to consult your doctor for that, okay? And the reason why I'm bringing that one up is because amino acid, phenylalanine, is inside the spirulina, okay? So if you have a disorder that prevents you from metabolizing that right and getting rid of it, then it will build up in your body. So you just need to be aware of that, okay? People undergoing anticoagulant treatments, this has very high vitamin K content, so you just need to be aware that the high vitamin K is inside the spirulina, inside the Techui. So if you are on medication that has to do with anticoagulant treatments, you just need to either not stop taking the Techui abruptly, or talk to your doctor about adjusting the level of your medications, okay? Something to be aware of. All right, so here's some potential things that could happen when you start taking the Techui. You know, like I talked about the chaga, it's extremely aggressive, so you'll see some differences and feel some differences very quickly. The spirulina is the same thing. The Techui is the same thing. It's a safe source of protein and nutrients and vitamins. It's been used for a long time. There's lots of history and studies that support it, but there are some adverse reactions which are not. Adverse reactions are different than allergic reactions or serious reactions, okay? They're just side effects, okay? So I just want to talk about these real quick so that you're aware of what it is and how you can deal with it. So slight fever, again, the high protein in the Techui could increase your metabolism because you're processing the protein, and it could elevate your body temperature, okay? So you might actually see a slight fever with taking the Techui initially, okay, because you're increasing your metabolism and processing the proteins. Spirulina can remove accumulated waste products that's in your belly, in your colon, your intestines. So you might have a darker stool or a darker bowel movement, just something to be aware of, okay? It's also got the chlorophyll, and it can turn your fecal matter, your poop, basically, green, okay? So that's a normal thing. It's an adverse effect. It's not going to do anything to you, okay? Excessive passing of gas. It might just indicate that you are detoxing, cleaning out your system, or that you just have not been able to get rid of some of that gas in there, okay? So you might have some excess passing of gas initially. If that continues or if it becomes troublesome, then you want to consult someone, okay? Feelings of excitement or energy is a better word, okay? You're converting the protein into heat energy, which sometimes causes temporary feelings of restlessness. So sometimes just that excitement or energy, you feel kind of energized because you're converting the protein to energy in your body. Any breakouts or itchy skin could also be caused by the detox that is happening, and that's temporary. That also, anytime you're detoxing anything, some of these things that I'm talking about right now would or could occur. Okay, so you just need to be aware that as you cleanse your system and detox, you're going to or could feel some of these things, okay, the itchy skin or the breakouts included. Sleepiness, it can be caused also by the detoxification process. So as you detox, your body may feel a little bit more sleepy as you are, it's telling you basically that you need some more rest. Part of detoxing and getting healthy is getting the sleep that you need or getting a little bit more sleep so that you can repair. Do you all know that during your sleep is when your body repairs itself? So if you are not getting the sleep that you need, then your body is not repairing itself as it should, okay? So obviously just remember, as you start this product, Techui, or any product that we have, you could have an adjustment period where you're experiencing some of these different things. And so in order to know, first you need to be aware of what those are and why they're happening, and just kind of monitor it and increase your water intake. The more water you drink, the more readily your body can detox and get rid of some of the stuff that these things such as Techui are helping you get rid of. As you process through these, your stress levels will come down. Now you don't. Obviously, stress, we know, causes lots of ailments, okay? It causes heart disease and diabetes. I mean, it just causes tons of things. So you want to actively try to do what you can to reduce your stress, which it could mean just getting a little bit more sleep than you have been allowing yourself to get, or trying to do things that would reduce your stress. Maybe you pray, maybe you meditate, maybe you go to the salon, whatever you need to do to try to reduce your stress. You should be doing that regardless of this discussion, okay? Stress kills, basically, so you got to try to reduce your stress levels. But as your body processes through with these products, your stress levels should start to naturally decrease as well. And then, of course, you want to eat according to what you need for your body, and as I said, get plenty of rest. So I'm going to remind you to do the research about your products and love people enough to share these products with them. And then I have some of these references that I've used down here below. And again, at the end here, I just want to make another disclaimer that we are not making any medical claims. We're just sharing what people have experienced using our products and talking about the benefits of the ingredients as they've experienced or as they've been studied and resulted. And then obviously